Hello and welcome to Topham Chats, the show I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community. I finally have a new guest on. I know everyone's rejoicing. I can hear it through your speakers now. But yes, my guest this week is McDom. Hey Tom, how's it going?
Good intro, Top. Good intro. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How's things?
Cool. Yeah, very good. I've had a good day. Getting back into things. It's yes. Actually, that's pretty much what I wrote my journal about today as well. Anyway, so obviously I'm dating this. We're recording it on Monday.
Yeah, smooth.
So, okay, let's start as I usually start. Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter?
Rooster Teeth was originally Achievement Hunter, but switched over past year or so.
Okay, and why did you switch? I guess.
Achievement Hunter is how I got into it. So go back to just the quick origin story. Basically, I watched RVB way back when it was like season 1, 2, and 3, but I watched it on a pirated YouTube channel. So somebody had been taking their videos and uploading them themselves, and they stopped because they obviously got caught. So I assumed the series had died. So, I was really upset about that way back when, but, that shit happens. And then, about 3 years ago, I discovered Achievement Hunter because I was looking for Minecraft Let's Plays. And I literally bumped into Minecraft Let's Play number 3, or 4, whenever they did the rail one where they made the Tower of Pimps. That was the first thing I ever watched of theirs. And then,
on a rail? That was episode,
on a rail.
Episode 2.
Oh, was it 2, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because episode 3 was Plan G.
That's what it was. Yeah. So it was episode 2, and then it went from there. And then because I watched all their stuff, and then I saw recommended videos, and it was Tex versus the Blues, Reds and Blues.
Season 8.
Season 9. Or was it 8?
It's season 8.
No, 8. Yeah, because 9's in the memory cell. I'm not very good with the dates on these things. But yeah, so and then I watched from there, and then it's just evolved. And obviously, about that time, it was when Ruby was being trailered. Yes. And I used to be quite I am kind of still into my anime, but I used to be quite big into it. So it's kind of died recently. Never mind.
It's taken a backseat to other things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So did you when you started watching Achievement Hunter and then getting back into Rooster Teeth things? Were you just community site, or were you just I'll just watch the videos, and eventually you were oh, maybe there's awesome people that are hanging around these online videos in a certain space.
I knew about the community. It took me about a month to figure out oh, this is kind of there's a site, there is a thing. But I didn't get too involved personally. I started watching people. I started creeping, basically.
Yeah.
As it does, yeah. So I started watching because I started seeing people doing fan art of the Ruby stuff and Red versus Blue, and because the first month the first 2 months of Rooster Teeth was me binging Red versus Blue to catch up. So by that point, when I caught up, it was literally season 10 finale. So it was literally in sync. I watched episode, was it 20? That's season 10 was 21 episodes, wasn't it? Or was it?
I think so. I can't remember the
what N-1 episodes. Yeah. I watched that the day before the finale came out, so I was right there, and then it just suddenly season 10's ended. You got nothing to watch for months. Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's actually coming into the community was. I mean, I'm a big part of the Good Guy Gamers now.
Yep.
I'm actually one of the admin. For some reason, Beep and Kel decided to make me an admin of the Minecraft server. I don't quite know why. I think they just need a hand. But so I'm getting big into that, and we're doing some recording stuff, and me and you are doing the recording stuff as well.
We're doing some recording stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
certainly.
We are. Which is good fun. But yeah, it was. It took me a while to get into it. The two people who actually got me in were Rima and Spartanash, actually, were the two people who got me into it. Unfortunately, they've decided to leave the site since then, but it happens.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Because they started out, I helped Spartanash with his, thank you to Rooster Teeth video, whatever he made, 2 years ago, which is a really good video. But then they played Cards Against Humanity one time, and they're like, who wants to play Cards Against Humanity? And I was like, fuck it, why not? Because I haven't played it before, and I just watched people play it, so, every time I've been introduced to a new group, I've always come in Cards Against Humanity, which is probably a really bad idea, but it seems to have worked all right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, Cards Against Humanity is great to get to know people, but some people are like really burnt out on it and just don't play well ever now because they're just like, oh, this is. I just go for like abstract things now. I'm just like. I'm fed up of being offensive. I just want to make abstract jokes that only like 2 people in the group will get.
Yeah, no, I haven't played it in God knows how long. Like I've got the actual box set, like the UK Cards Game Eternity, which I play when I'm at home. Because I'm kind of split between 3 places right now, and I have been. I've been split between 2 places for 5 years, and I've split between a 3rd place now, and it's just like, for fuck's sake. So.
Yeah. Ah, cool. So, how did you get, like, where you are in the Good Guy Gamers? Like, how did that pop up? Was that just, there was UK people doing things? Like, oh, good, things like that.
No, that's a good story. So, a while back, Bernie, as in, Rooster Teeth Bernie, Bernie Burns, he made a Minecraft hardcore server. So the idea was that he I don't know how he did it. Maybe he just put it in his basement or some shit. I don't know. And so he put up a server, and if you died, you were kicked. And then he would it went on for about 2 months, I think. It didn't go on for very long. And then he'd reset it periodically, every 2 weeks or something. Yeah. Completely new map and whatnot. So I jumped in the second. Like, it happened once. I watched sort of what happened in the aftermath, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to do this. So I jumped in, and I stumbled across Poke Plato and Delta Storm, I think, were playing.
Yeah.
So I went around with them.
He made journals about it, did he?
He did for a while, yeah. So I went around with them for a bit, and like we were mining, we teamed up, and this, that, and the other. But no communication, obviously, because you're just there in Minecraft, so you're just talking to each other on the chat. Yeah. We all died. Well, actually, no. Poke died. He got annihilated by a creeper. Then I got killed by. I think I fell into some lava. Actually, a really bad way to go. So that was that. About 3 months later, or 2 months later, I was really freaking bored because that happened about the time of my final exams in uni.
Okay.
Because I just needed something to just de-stress between revision.
Yep.
After that's done, you're looking for a job and you ain't got a lot to do. So I went snooping on Poke's, because I became friends with him on the site. I went snooping on his log and saw that he was commenting on the Good Guy Gamer server, because originally the Minecraft server he owned it and he had the server. Yeah. So he's made the Good Guy Gamers Minecraft thread in our forum. So he was commenting heavily on it, like whitelisting people. Yep. So I jumped in there and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I want somebody to play with, because I played Minecraft since it went into beta, 4 years ago. 5 years ago, whatever it was. So I was like, I've never really played it online, so I want to just try to do it. And then so I jumped in there, played Lava Wall. I didn't have a mic at that point.
Oh, yeah. Christ, you were silent, weren't you?
I was silent for the entire time, and there's a recording, actually. I think Keemix recorded the entire match.
Yep.
And there's a number of times when Beep and Keller, shouting when I'm on the other team, who the fuck is this guy who keeps on killing us? Why is he so good with a bow? What is going on?
Yeah. Oh, man. That was, back in the beginning of Minecraft as well, when there weren't many people playing.
Well, that was when we averaged out. If we got 8 people, it was good. Yeah. We averaged 5 people.
It was on Thursday nights and...
Yeah, Thursday nights.
I would turn up.
No, was it Fridays or was it Thursdays?
It was Thursdays.
And then it moved to Fridays, and then it moved to Saturdays, and it's been Saturdays for a while now.
Yeah, it's been Saturdays for a long time now. But yeah, I remember playing it on Thursdays and being having to go into work, and I was just like, oh, this is bad. Because I'd always have to go into work, and then, I couldn't play on Fridays because RT Radio was always on, so it was just
yeah.
But yeah, it was, Thursdays. I remember playing Minecraft then, and then I was just then it moved to Saturdays, and I was I can play again, and then I just lost all desire to ever compete in Minecraft. So it's I'll just not play. Ever.
There's a number of people who are feeling a bit like that. I mean, Dan has dropped out recently, playing Minecraft. He sits in the chat and just talks, but he doesn't play anymore because it rages him too badly. He's a very angry person. It's quite funny.
Yeah. I get like that as well, which is why I just don't want to play Minecraft competitively. I'd love to just play some survival and just have some fun there, but I only find out 2 hours, and everyone only finds out 2 hours before what's going to be going on. So it's just that's not enough time for me to be oh yeah, I can play that time or not.
Yeah, I mean the Let's Play this week was really good. You'd have probably enjoyed it, not to make you feel any worse. But what we did is Androgynous on the site. I don't know that you've come across him, but he's one of our major builders. It's between him and Pimp Limpy, and Beep and Kel and myself. Well, we do lots of the builds.
Yeah.
And Andro is like Andro and Pimp are like the hands down the best builders I've ever seen in Minecraft. So this week we had Andro's from Norway, so he's done this like massive let's play which is like Viking themed. Like there's Viking ships all over the place. There's like a mock England with like a church inside, and there's all this sort of stuff. And he scattered. What he did is basically a treasure hunt. So he scattered like loads of stuff around. And he had like there's a load of like 1 point items. There's a load of we were in teams, and if you got a team item, that's 4 points. And those unique items, it's for 10 points.
Oh right.
So this week we had like we've only ever this is the first time we've done that one. But it was quite funny because at one point I went into England, I grabbed Excalibur with a sword, and I was just killing everybody because it was an enchanted diamond sword. And nobody had any weapons or anything. We were in adventure mode, so you couldn't craft. So I was just running around with this diamond sword, like killing everything. It's like, give me your shit, give me your things. But yeah.
Oh dear. That'd have been a riot. I was like, no, run away! I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Rock and Totem got really pissed off at me because I killed the Rockefeller on his way back with some loot, and he had a golden helmet on him, which is also a 10-point item. So he was not happy with that.
I bet if I play Destiny with him at some point, I'll how was Minecraft? He'll be like, oh god, dumb character.
He wasn't too bad in the end, but yeah, they were not pleasant.
Yeah, I play with those guys quite frequently. Since I stopped playing Destiny, I haven't really played with anyone doing anything.
You stopped playing Destiny? What have you done, man?
I stopped playing Destiny for like a month. I did really well, and then I got back from America, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Destiny's a thing. So I started playing a bit again. I'm just like, I'm still working my way through Bloodborne though. Turns out I'm 75% of the way through, and I thought I was only about 50% maybe.
Have you not finished it yet?
Not finished it, no.
Oof.
I just didn't know where to go. I was lost. Turns out I just missed a ladder, and that was it.
It's that game. Because I don't have a PS4, I haven't bought it. I've been meaning to buy it, but I've watched a Let's Play.
Yeah.
Two best friends play actually. They went through the entire thing, so I've watched that, and it looks so good.
It plays so well.
Yeah,
I've gone back to Dark Souls as well, so that's taking a bit of my time too.
Before we started this, I literally just killed the Iron Golem again. I just did.
Nice to get over the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just did Sense Fortress in the half an hour before we started doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at. I don't know where I'm at the moment. I've beaten the Capra Demon. I'm playing a Sorcerer Pyromancer, so easy mode for the win.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to kill the Gaping Dragon. I forgot about the wizard that's above it, just because I want the 20,000 souls really, or 25,000 souls. And I forgot to kill the wizard above it, and I was like, this fight is a bit more difficult with the wizard around because it's just trying to avoid the wizard.
Oh, does he shoot down at you? Because I've never done it without. Oh man, that must suck.
It's really difficult. I knew that was going to be a challenge. I'd just forgotten that I needed to kill him because it's been so long since I've been through that area.
I didn't even know you could do that because the way I run through that is I run straight round. I just run straight into him.
I drop down behind the butcher, the first butcher you see.
Oh, you do the quick way.
I drop down by the rat. Yeah, because there's no point going through the area. Because I only need the souls, and then I drop down, kill the rat, and then go through, kill the mage, then go down. I forgot to kill the mage this time, so actually I didn't even kill the rat. I was just like, I don't even need to kill the rat. I don't know why I usually do it. Turns out you need to kill it so you can get through the fog gate and then go to the mage.
You don't, because I don't kill the rat. I just don't drop down behind the butcher. You kill the butcher, go through the water, kill the second butcher, free the pyromancer dude, and then walk through and get
walk through the tunnel.
Yeah, walk through the tunnel and get to that bonfire because that bonfire is so useful for farming green titanite shards. Because you know the blob thingies.
Yeah, they drop them.
They drop them, and large titanite shards too. And the rats drop humanity. It's a really good area to farm.
Yeah, I'm kind of off farming on that game, so I'm just like, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. Right. Or it's like I should be able to do it with the amount of time I've put into that game. I put too many hours into that game.
Yeah, you and me both, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, so you were at RTX last week, or I guess this will be a week and a half ago now. At this point, when this will be coming out. How was it for you?
Mate, it was fucking awesome. I am a bit gutted though that I did miss your panel. I must apologise for that.
Don't worry. It was a good panel. I had a good time, but it we had a fun time. So like,
basically what it was is that everybody, because I stayed a bit out of town.
Yep.
So it was me, Beep,
Dan.
Killer Cowl,
Yeah.
that Dan, X, Adane, and Hey You in the Bushes, also known as Stan.
I didn't meet X. Like, of all the people, I didn't meet X. I'm like, oh no, I didn't meet someone.
Don't worry about it. Did you meet DG when you were out there, or do you not actually know? You must not know her actually, because she's quite new to.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Yeah, she's good fun. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, that day, so we all basically every day we were taxiing into the centre. We were getting Ubers, and because I had a UK phone, I didn't have any signal. I couldn't get a taxi myself, so I had to basically not slum, but I had to go with the rest of them when they were going.
Yeah.
So everybody was going to the Achievement Hunter panel in the morning.
Right.
Which I had no interest in. So me and Will, who's Beep's younger brother, we went to the RVB panel. And then so it was like that, and then I had my signing in the afternoon. So it was like I literally have an hour now. I have to get food. I can either run to your panel, which I'm already 10 minutes late for, or I can grab some food. So.
I just didn't find time to do anything. Like I got as much done as I could and met as many people as I could, but then I still needed more time to get everything done. I didn't get to go eat everywhere I wanted to eat, and like it was crazy.
I didn't make a plan for outside of RTX. Like, this is the thing. This is the first time I'm meeting like a lot of the GGG in actuality.
Yeah. It was the first time I was meeting a lot of people as well. But I've got to do all of these things because when in Austin, eat all the food. There you go.
Well, the thing is with you though, you know a lot more people in the community than I do.
That's questionable. I just put on a mask and pretend that I know everyone.
Yeah, well, I can't do that. But it's so I dedicated my time. It's like, right, I'm going to go to. I had on my list. I was going to actually, like I said, I was going to go to your panels, but RVB happened. I had to go to the Ruby panel. That was a fustercluck. Did you ever? Did you know about that? Did you try and get into that one?
No, not at all.
So, have you heard the stories? Oh, fuck it, I'll just explain it.
No, I haven't heard any of the stories. Like, all I wanted to do was like go to Cultivating Your Community, my panel, Low Zeldathon, and like one or two others, like smaller panels. The biggest one I went to was Community Hunter.
See, I went to voice acting in video games at that point.
I went to Internet Box as well. Internet Box.
Internet Box. Yeah, I missed that.
Oh, I don't know. Community Hunter and Internet Box had very similar sized rooms.
But anyway. So what happened with the Ruby panel? Because that was one of the arguably one of the 5 major panels, counting RVB, the 3 Achievement Hunter panels, and podcast. Yeah. So that was the first panel on the first day. Now, everybody was told 1 hour beforehand. Yeah. Of course, nobody fucking listens. So it was in the Hilton. So what happened was everybody crowded into the Hilton on the second floor. Yeah. So first floor for us, second floor for the Americans. Anyway, that was where you're picking up the passes from. That entire corridor got filled out with people, like literally like sardines. Oh. Everyone was standing up, milling around, trying to get into the panel. This is 3 hours beforehand, mind you. 3 hours. So Guardians, obviously, they need to clear the area because it's fire hazard. Fair enough. We are being a pain in the ass. So they shout, guys, we got to get off this floor. You can't be here making a fire hazard. After about half an hour of them shouting at us, everybody eventually disperses. Guess where they congregate? Downstairs. So then they congregate around the escalator and the entire lobby gets filled out. So again, the Guardians, I don't actually know who the Guardian was. Like, I really wanted to thank him. I thanked him a few times. It was big guy with he had a bandana on his arm. Red bandana.
That sounds like Red.
That's probably him. So he was like shouting at us like, guys, you have to clear out. We are not allowing you here. Like, you can't be here. Fair enough. So everybody cleared out and then everybody started queuing outside the fucking Hilton. And we were just like, fuck this. So what we did, we went down to there was a little restaurant in the Hilton. It was almost lunchtime at this point because the panel wasn't until 2 anyway. Or like 1. It was until like 2 o'clock anyway. Yeah. So it was like, fuck it, we're just going to this little restaurant in the Hilton. Pay like a stupid amount for like a bowl of nachos, but like we were in the Hilton and like it's a bit sly, but it's like while everybody was queuing outside, we didn't want to risk not being there, and we also needed food. So we grabbed food when it was 2 minutes till the hour before. Yep. So 2 minutes before they would let everybody in, we went up the inside stairs and we're in the lobby. So we looked like we were people from the hotel. Yeah. Like RTXs from the hotel who were queuing up around the lobby, because at that point a few people had started to congregate.
Yeah.
And then obviously at that point they were like, right, okay, guys, come up. So we got some really good seats.
Yeah.
Because we were sneaky about it.
Yeah.
We were sneaky about it, so we were like about 7 rows back on the left side. So we were pretty good. But
Cool.
yeah, we did sort of a similar thing for the RVP panel. Myself and Will, we got there 2 hours beforehand, queued up outside the Marriott, and they let us in early. So we were literally second row back,
nice.
behind, from the front as well, because they did all the what do you call them? Not sponsors, VIPs in the middle 2 rows in the Marriott, rather than in all the rows. So we were like second row back on one of the outside rows, so we were like right there. It's great. Plus, that sound system in that room was so good.
I can imagine. Like I found like when I was going to panels, I'd always like turn up at the building and I'm like, I'm going to this panel. They're like, okay, just go past everyone because no one's going to that panel. So I was like, yay, this is easy. Just like,
yeah,
go to my panel as well. I was like, oh, I'm on this panel. They're like, go straight ahead. Like, yay.
Nice.
Like,
no, it's queued for that, queued for RVB, queued for Ruby, queued for voice acting video games, queued for how video games make you a better writer, and Dude Soup Live, which I wasn't even planning on going to. But basically it was
I watched that yesterday. My God, that was a funny panel.
Such a good panel.
It was like so good.
That's where the fucking peak thing has come from as well, and that's just
just everywhere now.
Oh, that's everywhere. That was insane being in that crowd when that started kicking off like majorly. Like, it was about an hour in, it starts going like really loud when they go peak, and everyone was just like peak with the fucking things hands above their head.
Yeah,
it was so good, so good. But yeah, it's basically I wasn't planning on going to that, but we got out of what did we go to? I think it was voice acting video games that afternoon.
Yeah,
and we were like, well, it was me and Stan at that point, and we were like, well, Beep and that are going to this. And everyone was going to an after hours thing. Like everyone from Good Go Games was going to an after hours thing. I wasn't planning on doing any of them. Actually, no, I was. I was planning on doing Cards Against Humanity, but I went to Founding Fathers, which was a fantastic panel.
Yeah.
But by the time it finished, it was an hour before, and people had been queuing for that like 3 hours beforehand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So good times were had.
At fantastic times. Didn't really get to go to very many various food places now because we were out of town and it was alright. Did go to the Alamo Draft House though. Did watch Mission Impossible. That food, that is the nicest pizza I think I have ever had.
Oh.
It was so good.
I got pizza on 6th Street. I was like, this pizza is so damn good. Then we went to Home Slice and everyone was like, this pizza's amazing. I was like, I think the thing I had on 6th Street was better.
We went to
what's wrong with me?
Well, what did we go on 6th Street? We went to we didn't go to many we went to Whataburger. No, not Whataburger.
I don't know.
Oh, it's some like fast food chain which they always go on. I think it might have been Whataburger. But anyway, it was really good. It was really good. But yeah, it was literally like walking in. I didn't realize it was like a McDonald's-y place. I was like, oh shit, it's a fast food joint. The expectations just went to the floor. Got the burger, took one bite, and it was like through the roof again. I was like, this is so good.
Yeah. I had some really good experiences with food. I had like when we went to Old School, that was great. Like I demolished that mac and cheese.
Oh mate, you demolished isn't even a word for what you did. You inhaled the bloody thing.
It was so good. It was so damn.
So I got good. Thing is, I had food like an hour beforehand, so I was like a second lunch in like a 2-hour period. So I was like, fuck. It was also chicken again because I had like a chicken wrap and then I had this chicken Caesar salad. I was thinking, I'll get something light, Caesar salad, that'll be fine. Fucking mountain.
It's mountains of.
And then you get a literal slab of mac and cheese. I was like, he's never gonna finish. It's half gone.
Already gone.
It's half gone. Where the fuck is that gone?
I was like, this is the most delicious. I didn't eat again until 11 o'clock the next day.
I'm not fucking surprised.
It was so good. And then food was so good. Anyway, I should stop talking about food. So, I guess we're coming to kind of the end. We could probably chat for way more, but we can chat in the future, which would be excellent.
Yay!
I asked you to think of a question to ask me, so I can talk a bit. I guess I've been talking quite a bit as well anyway. But what have you got to ask me? Let's see.
See, now, I had a question. Since we've been talking, I've fucking forgotten it. Give me a second.
Okay, that's fine. So,
Amp.
There's lots of things going on this week. There's a meet-up in London this weekend as well.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and I was like, that popped up on my... Oh, no, it's your journal, actually. I know it was this morning.
I wrote about it today.
I was like, oh shit, that's the thing. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. I kind of need a weekend to defrag, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally need a weekend to like do nothing, but like that's not happening at the moment. So I'm just like, I've had the last few days. Mm-hmm.
Let's go with a boring one, shall we? Okay. I don't know whether this one's actually been asked already, because I will admit I have not watched all your Topham chats.
That's
so you know,
fine. I don't expect anyone to watch all of them. But...
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. How did you get into D&D?
Okay, so my friend Steph, this hasn't been asked before. My friend Steph played with her boyfriend Chris and like another group of guys, and she has a notoriously short attention span.
Standard.
And so she's like and she got bored after like 2 sessions that they played. And so they were just like, oh, we need an extra person. And they're like, you doing anything? I was like, I'm not doing anything at all. And so I was like, I'd really like to give it a go. And so they invited me over and I was just like, yeah, let's play. I was playing, I don't know what I was playing, the character didn't suit me at all. Like, it was...
Oh, they gave you her character?
Yeah, they gave me her character. And like... I suddenly woke up as a man and like, oh, I'm so confused, and all that stuff went on. But yeah, they gave me her character. There was spells and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to deal with like doing all the spells and things. And there was like a preset campaign to follow. So it was a case of following through the story and just getting to the end of it and seeing what's going on. And then, like, from there, we were going to try and decide whether we wanted to carry on or not and, like, try and come up with our own things. And it went well. Like, I was playing a character I wasn't exactly happy with. And then, like, we were only doing it for a few weeks because there was only a few sessions left to go on, like, on this campaign. It was only, like, an 8 to 10 session campaign. So we got through it. And it was like, that was fun, but we'd kind of like to put our own spin on it, all have our own characters. And as soon as my friend was like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to hit all the things with the biggest weapon. I was like, half-orc barbarian. Like, half-orc barbarian just, like, suits me down to the ground to play there. And, like, that's what I wanted to play. I wanted to play something big, simple, fun. And it is exactly that. Like, I get to hit things for, like, ridiculous damage, and I have the greatest weapon. And, yeah... Like, my minimum hit at the moment, I think's 8 or 9. Like, with, like, nothing.
Minimum?
Minimum.
Shit.
Yeah, because I have 1, and then my modifier is either +7 or +8 at the moment. So I can't remember exactly. And then, like, from there, I get bonus if I roll crits, and I get an extra, You obviously get an extra damage dice per, like critical you do. But if I... Like, because of half-orc and barbarian, at the moment I get 2 extra damage dice, but at like level 9 or so, I think, I get another damage dice, so I get 4 damage dice on a crit, and then I've got my +8 on that. So yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, and it's a lot of fun. But then then we started playing like a different way. We started playing a game where I can like be creative and fun and like.
See, so that's the campaign we're doing is the 3rd campaign you've done.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought you'd done it quite a lot.
Oh no. Like okay. My infatuation with like Magic and D&D and
natural, I suppose.
Things like that all kind of started at the same time. About I think I want to say nearly 2 years ago, but that doesn't seem right. I think it was probably about a year ago. It must have been about a year ago because I've only got cards from like the Magic set that came out. In like September time last year, and that's where I got into Magic.
And yet you've already got a deck which is what, like 150 quid or some shit?
It's a wonderful deck. But I'm probably not going to be buying any more cards for this foreseeable future. But yeah, it's
like off your wallet, yeah.
But like it's one of those things. I really wanted to get into some things where I'd like either regularly interact with people or like I could play kind of competitively at like a game night or something like that, and like just meet new people. It's a good way to meet new people. Not necessarily D&D. That's a good way to regularly meet up with the same group of people. Whereas Magic is a really good way to meet new people and like learn about. I don't know. It's like it's an expensive way to learn like to interact with people if you want to play like every week. Whereas if you want to go once a month, it's relatively cheap because you can draft and like get new cards and just have fun with that. But yeah, it's everything's just. I just was like, I want to role play, so I just dived in. It's like, okay, I can do this.
And this was only like a year ago, because from like all the stuff you told me like about Magic and like D&D and stuff, I was like, oh, he's been doing this for a while. I don't know, like 3-4 years, 5 years maybe.
No,
fucking like a year or two ago. Jesus, man.
No, I'm really good.
You dive into stuff head first, don't you?
Oh yeah, totally. I really like learning new things. So like, I'm always up for like learning how to play new games and stuff like that. So and I'm always like, I want to try. Not necessarily to be the best, but to know what's going on and understand situations. And I guess Magic's like really fueled my imagination for like, oh, this is what's happening. Like, this is how games work. And I've like been spending a lot of time thinking about games, not just Magic, but like I've been playing Munchkin as well, which is such a wonderful game. And just playing many games. I'm just like, oh, there's so many things, so many games I could be playing, like tabletop games. Like I've tried to like not necessarily move away from video games, but like look at other game systems as well, because there's actually a podcast I'm going to start listening to soon called Sit Down and Shut Up, I think. It's Matt Lees who does like Dark Souls. And
yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was quite he wasn't critical. He praised Dark Souls a lot, and he was like, "This is why this is a wonderful game." And yeah, he does a like tabletop game kind of thing as well. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, I talked for like 7-8 minutes.
Yeah,
on that.
you said we're about to end this, and then you just go for like 7-8 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Good question. I think that was a good one.
Great question. Yeah, it was like, why did I get into D&D? And then I talked about Magic. So yeah, shoehorn the Magic in.
Well, you say that like you were talking to me. Like, you've been trying to teach me how to play Magic in the airport, and Cal and Pete were trying to teach you an RTX. I've literally just downloaded Magic Duels, so guess what I'm doing this afternoon.
Woo! Learning how to play Magic. It's a really good way to learn, actually. I highly recommend anyone that wants to get into Magic, or even if you don't want to get into Magic but you want to understand what I'm talking about, it kind of helps. But yeah, it's a very interesting way to learn how to do things.
Yeah, Magic Duels on Steam, free to play. Just grab the damn thing and see what happens.
Yeah. There are microtransactions in it. Should you want to purchase more cards, you don't need to. However, you'll need to earn coins in the game somehow, and that can be a bit challenging, especially when you want to try and build something like specific. But to start with, it's not the easiest thing to wield, but it gets round to being there eventually. And there's like 5 different campaigns you can follow through as well, where it teaches you like all the different mechanics. But yeah, it's a good thing. Anyway, thank you, Dom, for being my guest.
No worries, Top. Anytime, mate.
And yeah, like, recognise this voice because he will be coming back. I tell you that. Catch you later. Bye.
TTFN.